You don't miss them. You miss who you were when you didn't know better. And that's more dangerous. There was a version of you that burned hotter, spoke sharper, loved harder, didn't apologize, didn't overthink, didn't care. And sometimes, late at night, you miss that person. Here's the truth. You don't miss the toxicity. You miss the intensity. Your brain is not built for peace. It's built for survival. Evolution rewarded hypervigilance. Drama meant movement. Chaos meant you were alive. Adrenaline meant you mattered. Toxic you was never calm, but toxic you felt powerful. Psychology calls it intermittent reinforcement. Unpredictable rewards wire the brain stronger than stable ones. That's why casinos are addictive. That's why unstable relationships feel electric. That's why the reckless version of you felt unforgettable. You weren't healthy. You were stimulated. And stimulation feels like purpose when you've never known peace. But here's the escalation no one talks about. When you grow, when you heal, when you regulate your emotions, life gets quieter. No dramatic exits, no explosive texts, no emotional roller coasters, just stability. And your nervous system whispers, "This is boring." So you romanticize your old self, the one who said exactly what they wanted, the one who didn't tolerate disrespect, the one who walked away first, the one who felt dangerous. But be honest, were you powerful? Or were you reactive? Were you confident? Or were you afraid to be vulnerable? That version of you felt strong because it never stayed long enough to be seen. And here's the mirror. Sometimes you don't miss the toxic version of yourself. You miss the version that didn't have to take responsibility. No self-awareness, no restraint, no guilt, just impulse. It's easier to be explosive than accountable. Easier to burn bridges than build boundaries. Easier to dominate than to communicate. Growth feels like weakness at first because it removes your armor. Now you pause. Now you think. Now you choose your words. And a small part of you wonders, have I become soft? No, you've become conscious. And consciousness feels smaller than chaos. But it's infinitely harder. Here's what you'll understand by the end of this. You don't crave your toxic self. You crave certainty, intensity, control. So if you ever feel yourself missing who you used to be, ask one brutal question. Was I powerful? Or was I just unhealed? If you can answer that honestly, you'll never confuse chaos for strength again. And when that moment comes, you won't miss them, because you'll finally understand why peace felt unfamiliar, but power was never loud.